Cloud native was a rapid growth. The introduction of AI was cloud native on steroids. It really accelerated the development of applications. What we're seeing is developers are no longer just your professional developers. We see builders, lines of business as being developers. But this creates a lot of challenge, right? We see a lot of applications being developed at the lines of business, from marketing, from sales, from finance, whatever it may be. What we find in our research is 500 to 1,000 AI-based production workloads are being developed in the next 2 years as applications at the edge locations alone. Right? This is not technical people doing this. This is people that run retail or finance or whatever at the edge locations, right? Manufacturing, and they're building applications, but that's because AI allows for these applications to be created with natural language. You don't have to know how to code. In August 2025, 50% of code was being written by AI. Okay, we reran the study in November and December, and we found that number jumped from 70 to 90%. So now we have 90% of code being written by AI. And that means that the production of applications is accelerating, right? Now, again, it doesn't mean that it's perfectly written code. It just means that it helps you with your operational efficiencies. My role covers past, present, and future states. So a lot of what I talk about is the heritage environments that are being migrated to current state. And that current state I view as containerized environments, so using containerization from maybe from a VM or from a siloed environment. And then looking at futures, like things like WASM or WebAssembly, or different ways of using like the code in the future. So like a lot of this is happening in real time. There's a lot of migration from heritage environments to new environments for containerization, but sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Sometimes it's not really worth refactoring those applications, and you want to encapsulate those heritage applications and then build new systems of engagement to access those new systems or those existing systems of record. There is a kind of colliding of two worlds going on. What organizations need to understand is the acceleration of using AI gives operational efficiencies. However, you're still accountable for what is created by that AI. So if you put something out the door that doesn't meet compliance or release information that's not regulated, that's your responsibility. So that is something that compliance, governance, and regulation needs to really come into effect.
Where is this all going?
This is an incredibly important time that we're in, right? We find that 67% of organizations are hiring generalists over specialists. That means that skill gap and friction or complexity needs to be removed, right? So that what we find is these organizations are pushing back on vendors to reduce the complexity in order to make it easier for them to do their jobs. So where this is going and where this is moving forward is it's going to be less about, a bag of bits and more about delivering a full solution that's frictionless for organizations to excel.